Street Stock Division at East Bay during the Winter Nationals in 2022. Calls right here in town home. It's the Rocket Man, Richie Stevens. Richie Stevens coming there. There we make there to the next car coming onto the racetrack here in Dirt Drafts Hot Laps. That is
Austin Horton.
That will be the 16H on your scorecard tonight. Will be the 16H. Driver Hales out of Whitesburg, Georgia, drives a Rocket with a Clement. The Franklin Enterprises Super K Express, JCB West Pro, Jake Stanley, State Farm Insurance, multi-time feature winner here at the East Alabama Motor Speedway, along with Sonoya Raceway. Drives a Rocket with the Clements. It is the 16H of Austin Horton out there on track. Taking a look, it's one everybody knows when we go super late model racing, the Longhorn with the Durham, the Drydane, Millwood Plumbing, Franklin Enterprises, Henderson Amusements, Shop, ChrisMadden22.com, Pee-wee's Wrecker Service, second in World of Outlaw points, 290 plus wins, 33 of them came in the World of Outlaws with 3 wins just this season. 2-time Southern All-Star Series title and Southern Nationals champion. Drives that Longhorn with a Durham, of course, from Gray Court, South Carolina. It is the 44 of Smoky Chris Madden. Chris Madden in the 44 there in Hot Laps. That is going to be the 27, and I believe that is going to be the 27C on the racetrack right now. See down there in turn number 3 and 4. Drives the, it's going to be one of our 604s. Going to be a Hendren 604, the Denby's, J&J Construction, American Racer South, Sims Construction. It is a Tar Heel Tiger, Ray Cook. Ray Cook going to be in the 27. Taking a look there right ahead of Ray in that good-looking red and white 38T. Going to be his first ever super late model start. The 14-year-old racer. Been behind the wheel of a 604 crate for the last 2 years. It's a Rocket XR1 with a Vic Hill. It's a the Terrell Taylor-owned TMT Utilities, Lee Clay Construction, the grading company, Yearwood Grading, Hooks and Haul Trailers, Truck Babe Apparel from Fort Valley, Georgia. It is Superman Matthew Taylor in the 14. There we see on screen, like we said, new ride for this driver in the Rocket XR1 Durham, Torco Advanced Lubricants, New Point Lighting Designs, JM Motorsports, Top Notch Custom Concepts, Yellow Hammer Designs, Neon Bubbles, Last Air and Electric, the Mercantile Bob Miller. That is a Rocket XR1 with a Durham from Hoover, Alabama, Spencer Hughes. Spencer Hughes going to be on there. Taking a look right behind Spencer Hughes, this guy has had one of the most greatest seasons in the super late model racing. Drives the SSI Motorsports, Horker Trucking, Dyno 1, Westside Tractor, Excel Floor Covering, Big River Steel, Varsity Screen Printing, of course, a multi-division IMCA Super Nationals champion, 2021 Dirt Track World Championship, third in Lucas Oil points in 23, 32 feature wins on the 23 dirt wins on the Lucas Oil late model. Of course, that is the driver out of Martinsville, Indiana, RTJ Ricky Thornton Jr. Then taking a look right behind him, that 10 car, the old Flying Floridian, Longhorn with the Clements. That, of course, the Hunt the Front TV, the 2020 National 100 champion. That is Joseph Joyner. Joseph Joyner is the checkered flag coming out in Dirt Draft Hot Lap session number 2. Going to be Chris Madden to the top of the speed charts. Chris Madden going top of the charts with a 14.554. What's crazy about that 14.554 is 1 second slower than the track record here of a 13.5 with some change set by Superman Jonathan Davenport. Joseph Joyner goes second in Dirt Draft's Hot Lap session with a 14.659. And here is everybody's favorite driver, Missing Data, with the third fastest time on the racetrack. That dude shows up. I don't care. I mean,
listen, don't take my idea of the T-shirt now.
No, I won't take your idea of the T-shirt, but that dude.
He's everywhere.
He is, yeah. I mean, he is.
Every track, every state, every night, every race, he's everybody's driver. It's Missing Data.
Yeah, Missing Data shows up. I don't care where you go in the country, Missing Data shows up. Taking a look on screen and making his way off at turn number 4 right now, driving the CR Towing and Recovery, Montgomery Construction, Luigi's Restaurant, J. Morris Construction, Hoosier Tire, Willis Carburetor, 2018 Florida Late Model Dirt Rookie of the Year, 2020 Florida Governor's Cup Late Model winner, Fourth in World of Outlaw points, 1 win at Tri-City Speedway back in June 16th on the Woo. He's a former winner of the Dream and a Winter Nationals win at East Bay. Of course, that is a rocket with a Durham. It's the killer from Brandon, Florida, Kyle Bronson, right there in the 40. Going to sit on in behind him. That is going to be the 16 machine. Driver hails out of Fort Payne, Alabama. It's a Rocket XR1 with a Durham. The Agcor Steel, J&R Excavating Farm Systems, Colton Farms Racing, Ron Seawright entered. He's won a Southern All-Stars here at the East Alabama Motor Speedway. Driver hails, like we said, out of Fort Payne, Alabama. They call him Slammin' Sammy, not to be confused with the sprint car racer, but it's Sam Seawright in the 16. Taking a look there to the 26 car, making his way off of turn number 4. Driving the Rocket XR1, Clements Pollard Motorsports, CSR Fabrications, Race Car Engineering, Factory Canopies, Cirques Motorsports, a 2002, East Alabama Motor Speedway Street Stock Champion, and the 2007 Pendant Raceway Crate Late Model Track Champion. Driver hails out of LaGrange, Georgia. It is Chad Wallace. Chad Wallace behind the wheel of the 26. Making his way in through turn number 4 right now. Driver hails not too far from my stomping grounds. Comes to us courtesy of Lake Elmo, Minnesota. It's a rocket with a Vic Hill. Moto, Liquid Herbal Nitro, Temper Surf Products, Gorge Performance, Stop Tech, Hanco, and Drive Motorsports. He is a 5-time Cedar Lake Speedway champion. Finished 6th in 2022 World of Outlaw points. From Lake Elmo, Minnesota, it is the B1 bomber, Brent Larson. Brent Larson behind the wheel of the B1 machine. So good field of supers. Of course, a name that you've always known with late model racers out of the country. Of course, the Soybert Calf Ranch sponsored car. Soybert Calf Ranches, our ranchers out of Dorchester, Wisconsin. What a name when you look back at drivers all across the late models that the Soybert family has done.
Yes, especially Josh Richards.
Exactly.
Over the years.
Makes his way to the Speedway, one of our later entries, driving got Jay Dickens between the frame rails of the Longhorn, the Free Trade Consultants, Randy Polk Holmes, Slay's Mobile Home entered. Driver out of Milton, Florida, it's Bo Slay. Bo Slay will be up behind the wheel in the 2 car. Dirt Draft, hot laps back underway. Taking a look there on screen as they make their way down the back straightaway out of Sylvester, Georgia. It's a Longhorn with the Clements Roberts B Company, the KBC Graphics, Lennox River Ranch, number 111. That's the beekeeper, Stephen Roberts, behind the wheel of the 111 as he is, ripped the lip. I think he took the top off the bee cage over there.
Yeah. And Roberts is one to watch around here. I'm going to tell you something, Jerry. He's one of those drivers that can show up, lay it to the wood, and get around East Alabama Motor Speedway. We've seen him be really good around here. Keep my eyes right there on car number 12. Woo! I knew that was coming right there. I had my eyes on those 2 cars, and I tell you what, good driving by driver Ashton Winger right there at car number 12.
Racetrack getting a little quicker, but not quicker enough as Chris Madden will still stay atop the speed charts here in a Dirt Draft Hot Lap session number 3. But Chad Wallace and Kyle Bronson coming into the top 4 in speed times. Going to see Wallace there with a 14.887 and Kyle Bronson with a 14.912. Kyle Bronson, of course, last time I saw Kyle Bronson in person was during the World of Outlaws visit to the to Iowa's Action Track at the Boone Speedway. And I've watched a lot of cars wreck at Boone, but never one in qualifying. He took a nasty roll.
Yeah.
They landed on his wheels, fire and safety run up there. I don't need no stinking push truck. Fired it off and drove right back to the pits.
Yeah, I think we all kind of seen the replay of that. That's typical Kyle Bronson, and Kyle got off a good third place podium finish last weekend at the Powell Family Memorial over at Alltech Raceway with the Crate Racing USA Dirt Late Model Series. And I'll tell you, he's a 3-time world champion with those crate cars. So he's one to watch in that deal.
So, session number 4 making its way to the Speedway.
Yep.
Taking a look on the screen right now, the Driving the Best Motorsports Base Race Fuels number 1T. Going to be Turbo Tyler Erb. Take a look at that. Got the old Cole Trickle throwback. And I love it when these late model guys do the
cool.
throwbacks to something cool. And, we all know Days of Thunder and in that great movie, but we see Turbo out there in the one.
Sells T-shirts, too.
Exactly, because, if they've got one T-shirt, they've got about 4. So you've always got to make sure and get super late model T-shirts. And make sure, like we talk about T-shirts, get that event T-shirt down there in the souvenir stand for those for the National 100. See on screen and down making his way off of turn number 2, the Zippy's Auto, Hones Towing and Salvage, Mars Brother Construction, Randall Chupp Consulting. It's a rocket with the J. Dickens. Driver hails out of Florence, Alabama. Calls the 212 home behind the driver's seat. That is Josh Putnam. Josh Putnam in the 212. Taking a look there, man, I tell you, I watched this guy as a kid. Awesome to see him here. It's a rocket with a Vic Hill, the Kohler Motorsports, Ultimate Towing and Recovery, Reese Monument Company, Capital Waste, Tim Short Auto Group, 2007, 2011 World 100 champion, a 4-time Lucas Oil Dirt Late Model Series, and a 2-time National 100 champion in 2012 and 2015. As we do go caution on the racetrack, of course, it is the Newport Nightmare, Jimmy Owens, and he goes second quick.
Yeah.
Second quick for Jimmy Owens in Dirt Draft Hot Laps with a 14.566. Apparently some debris being spotted on the racetrack. Our great friends from Snaps heading up there with, no, I take that back. We'll take a look off of turn number 4. Maybe we can get a shot out there as everybody can see it.
I think we've trying.
We've backed one in the wall.
Yeah,
Getting word from production that the driver is okay.
That's going to be Cody Overton back there in the 15 car. Overton backed into the wall, ladies and gentlemen. The driver is fine.
He backed that thing in there so hard he knocked the barrier over.
And that's the thing over there sometimes. Well, I took you on the tour around the racetrack, and sometimes it's a gradual, but humidity. You know what happens with humidity? Moisture on the grass. The cars hit that grass, and when they pick up speed sliding down that back bankment there, and you can see some heavy damage there. I'm not sure it's crippling damage, but we'll have to see. Here's a replay.
Yeah, let's take a look here from our static cam. You just see it gets up over the lip down there in turn number 3 and 4, and then backs that Grizzly Coolers, All-Star Concrete, All About Doors, AllAboutWraps.com, Tribble Electric, ATC, Site Construction, Smith Motors. Of course, his first super late model win came at Livonia Speedway. He's a 2022 Dryden Extreme Dirt Car Series champion. In 2021, won the $10,000 paycheck at the Battlefield Blowout at Cochran Motor Speedway in a crate model. But they've got him picked up over there, and a big thanks to Fire and Safety and Snaps Super Shop, our towing and recovery service here all weekend long. And they've been busy. They were busy this afternoon, and not what we want to see them here in Dirt Draft Hot Laps is to be busy helping a driver up off
the
this
racetrack. Is the worst time to have damage on your race car because qualifying is not far away, and if there's heavy damage on the race car, you don't have a lot of time to fix it. Not going to think that Cody Overton has a backup car here with him. It's possible, but I'm not sure about that. We've got one feature after our hot lap session, and that's the 602 Charger feature right before we roll into our super late model qualifying here tonight. So Cody and team have got to thrash. Good thing is big brother's here and a host of friends, and they will help him get that car back together for qualifying here tonight. He's got a fast piece. We have seen him be fast through practice both nights. He was fast here last year. Brandon and Cody put on a really good show racing together. Hopefully they can get that thing fixed up and we can watch some of that good stuff here tonight.
So as they get things cleaned up out off of turn number 3 and 4 as we stay under the caution flag. Taking a look at some of the other cars out on the racetrack, making his way off of turn number 2, driving the Riverside Windows and Doors, Gary's Mobile Service, TMT Utilities, Grading, and Mars Hill Mafia. It's a rocket with a Clements between the frame rail and sitting right behind that big 900 horsepower hot rod from Salem, Alabama. It is the 44D of Dalton Cook. Dalton Cook out there in the 44D. So you see right there making his way into turn number 1, the Bobby Thomas Clements Race Engines or Wrecker Service and Heavy Hauling, KRO Auto Sales or Properties, Johnny's Wrecker Service, CSR Aluminum Fabrication, TRW Truck Repair, Sunoco Race Fuels, Rocket XR1. The driver, of course, out of Wendon, Georgia. It's Rucker Orr. He will be in the black and yellow 99. Black and yellow 99 as we go back to the green flag in Dirt Draft Hot Laps. You want to thank each and every one of you turning on a little live look in here on Hunt the Front TV. Make sure and share it on out. Still got plenty of time to get out and get tonight's broadcast purchased on up for qualifying night for the Hunt the Front Super Dirt Late Model Series, qualifying for the 49th running of the National 100. National 100 out there. Taking a look here at times, Jimmy Owens has gone to the top of the speed charts. Josh Putman in the 212 with a 14.471 turbo with a 14.5 1/4. That's going to knock Chris Matson, and look at that. Owens, J.R. Mosley hadn't been paying attention to the 99 Junior car. He is going to go second quick here in qualifying. The Columbus, Georgia racer with a Longhorn Clements, Housley Transport, Fox Shocks Basewell Oil hot rod. But man,
Yes.
he came out of nowhere.
Well, one of the things I'm going to clue you in on, they're parked down there next to Madden. His son works with Chris Madden. He's there with him on the road every week. So they're parked together this weekend. Madden's there. I'm sure there's a little information sharing going back and forth, and J.R. Mosley lays it to the wood here, second quick so far in this hot lap session.
So another session of Dirt Draft Hot Laps coming the way. Makes his way down into turn number 1 and 2. It's a Longhorn with a Brad Malkett power plant. The Southeastern Ship Repair, Ocala Restaurant Supply, Baker Farms, Angry Elephant Tattoo, Whitner's Tractor Service. He is a 6-time Powell Family Memorial winner. Crusoe late model points leader, and of course has won all the late model divisions except this one at the National 100, and a Alabama state champion. Driver hails out of Middleburg, Florida. It is Mark Whitener behind the wheel in the 5 car. Going to be following him down into turn number 3 and 4. The Evans, Georgia racer. He's a 2021 World 100 champion, a 3-time Dirt Late Model Dream champion. 2015 World of Outlaws Rookie of the Year, North-South 100 winner in 2021, a 2-time Firecracker 100, and defending and 2-time National 100 champion, it's big, sexy Brandon Overton of the 76. Caution coming on the speedway, got one low and slow there in the 0-2 car. Stephen Brantley, he was a late entry into today. He is going to roll to the infield of the racetrack. Also making his way down the back straightaway, driving that 6 Junior car. Driver comes to us out of Mildageville, Georgia. It's a Longhorn with a Southeastern Performance and Automotive Power Plant, the Martins Industrial, PMR Aviation, Fox Shocks, Sweets Portable Buildings, Dirt Car Lift. Number 6 Junior, it's P-Money Parker Martin Jr. Also on track right here for our Dirt Draft Hot Lap session. Driver he's out of GPS miscalculating in behind the wheel of the hot rod. He's going to go pit side. Of course, that's Dennis Hale out of LaGrange, Georgia, and the Rocket XR1 Performance Race Engines, Clint Smith Racing. And man, look at that big sexy putting down a big lap. He will go to top of the speed charts. Brandon Overton in the 76 car. Going to be fastest in this Dirt Drafts Hot Lap session with a 14.235. So the racetrack becoming just a tad bit quicker as we went through our Dirt Draft Hot Lap session. It's like the red lights have been turned on. That looks like all 40 of our Super Dirt Late models have made their way on and off of the racetrack. And Dirt Draft Hot Laps waited till the end and got her done on his final lap. Brandon Overton.
He's juiced up. He's juiced up here tonight, but he's trying to go for 3 in a row, and that's something he wants to do. It's one of the things he wants to check off his bucket list. He hasn't had the best year. He struggled with his car. Talked to him on the phone just a few weeks ago. He said, man, Joe, we're just not as fast as we need to be. I've got 2 more races scheduled for this year, and it was the Dirt Track World Championship and this race right here. And he said, if we can't find speed by then, we're done for the year. We're going to go back to the drawing board. And Brandon looks fast out here, but as we know, this is one of his favorite racetracks,
Yes.
one of his favorite places to come. They have got they basically have a textbook setup for this racetrack, and when Brandon comes here, it's rare that he rolls out and he isn't good right off the truck.
So we
So
watched that video to the introduction and just talked about what this place means to him and what a 3-time, he would join I think the only other 3-time winner in a row,
Scott
Scott
Bloomquist.
Bloomquist,
Yeah.
old Bloomer in the Team Zero car, the only consecutive 3-time winner. I think he's got like 860,000 of these.
he's
National
got 8
100
wins
trophies.
here and like 862 dirt late model wins or something like that, 900. He's got some ridiculous number. I mean, the guy is just an ace, but 8-time winner here. And it used to be when Scott Bloomquist, and anybody can tell you that, this story about Scott Bloomquist, he would be one of the late people to roll in here, and they would like hold town for him, and he'd roll into pits, and the crowd would go wild just waiting to see old Bloomer here at the racetrack. And 602 late models, your 602 Chargers, your event, 602 Chargers coming up.
So for those of you who tuned in for a little live look-in on Hunt the Front TV and across all of our great platforms, whether it be on YouTube, Twitch, wherever we were at, we do thank and appreciate you for being tuned in for a little live look-in during our Dirt Draft Hot Lap session here at the East Alabama Motor Speedway for the 49th running of the National